So we are all familiar with the term cancel culture. It is a term used to describe a form of boycott in which a celebrity has shared, typically a celebrity by the way, has shared a somewhat questionable or unpopular based on political leaning opinion, or has behaved in a way that has been deemed or perceived to be wrong, has then summarily been called out on social media as being cancelled, like PewDiePie is over party, Kevin Spacey is over, seriously, he should be over party, James Gunn is over party, James Gunn is cancelled, Monday Matt is over, let's all have a party, where those people are then summarily boycotted by a considerable number of people. Two of the most well-known, although the latter was not hurt anywhere near as hard, the first being James Gunn. Now, you have to hold the position a consistent one when addressing this. Yes, he is what most consider to be an SJW, therefore he be enemy and bad re. However, he made some jokes on Twitter a long time ago, a very long time ago, some very spicy ones that involved sex and children. He was understandably removed from his post as director of the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie, having directed the first two. I believe he's now redirecting the next Suicide Squad. He was eventually reinstated. The belief should be he told some jokes. Yes, he's on the wrong political side, arguably. However, he told some jokes. He was well within his right to do it, and whether you found those jokes funny or not doesn't matter. Granted, they were long before he was even a director for Marvel or Disney, but they have standards and they like to uphold them. And him being done for wrong thing, everyone was outraged, he was cancelled, he has somehow redeemed himself, which Dave Bautista must be so happy about, since he, I believe, was going to walk away from the Marvel movies because of it in protest. Another person that wasn't hurt as badly was Taylor Swift, who had a bit of a spat with Kim Kardashian and was summarily called out and then absolutely dogpiled by Kardashian's fans. I would have thought after Kanye West got up on stage and said that the award being given to Taylor should have been given to Beyonce, would have given Taylor Swift a free pass by Kim. Apparently two utterly insane people don't make a sane person. Sorry, kids. There are others. I could include Kevin Spacey, who, upon being accused of a number of rather nasty offences, lost his position with House of Cards, went under the radar a bit, but then again with a net worth of over 120 million, I don't think he has to care too much, but his reputation I'm sure means something to him. A lot of those cases were thrown out, or the people involved accusing pulled out, for reasons I don't know, which means that his reputation, while absolutely shattered, there's still no conviction attached to him yet. This isn't like Bill Cosby, okay? But his reputation's in ruins. He's taken to doing some rather unusual videos, one on YouTube in that Frank accent, and reading poetry in public, which, I mean, if it gets him some attention, sure. He's a very good actor, and unless he is charged and convicted, you cannot accuse him of being a sex offender. However, there is a little grey area when it comes to those who have withdrawn their claims against him, so it does get a bit murky. But I'm still not going to call him that unless he is convicted of it. Skip ahead a bit to the person who I want to talk about today, Sarah Silverman. She's actually been a victim of cancel culture. Air quotes around cancel culture because it's totally not a real thing, as indicated in the article about her. So Sarah Silverman was recently fired from a film after producers found a video of her from her TV show back in 2007 wearing blackface for a comedy sketch. Now I should say and state this, I'm not going to feel sorry for these people losing their jobs, because these people are the ones supporting the very thing that has eventually bits them on the backside. They are themselves the enablers of what we call cancel culture. However, I don't support cancel culture, so I have to stand true to the fact that while she did do blackface for a sketch, in that context, it's funny. Most of you will undoubtedly say, she's not funny! I'm sorry, but when I was younger, I remember the song about Matt Damon. I thought that song was hilarious. When it came to how she was fired, she was quoted as saying, I was recently going to do a movie, A Sweet Part. Then at 11 PM the night before, they fired me because they saw a picture of me in blackface from that episode. I didn't fight it. They hired someone else who is wonderful, but who has never stuck their neck out. It was so disheartening. It just made me real sad, because I really kind of devoted my life to making it right. This is all a direct reference to the fact that she's also written articles indicating how that she herself still cringes at things she did 10 years ago, which I can understand, to be honest. I still cringe at videos I made a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and the list goes on. However, if it bothered you that much, why did you do it in the first place? Oh, that's right, because you wanted to be famous. You wanted to stand out. You wanted attention. You wanted senpai to notice you. You wanted to be famous, rich, successful. All the things you are, which now has come at a price. The price being your integrity. And of course, the potential for you to land certain acting roles that you really want. Because you want to be taken seriously now that you're in a position where you are incredibly privileged. I'm not wrong here, am I? I am 100% correct. It is what most of us call playing the game. You played it by being a spicy edgelord. Once you got there, you decided to be who you naturally are. And because of it, your spicy edgelordness came back to bite you on the backside, which I would feel sorry for you about, but I don't want to. I think the jokes were funny back then, but you're enabling the one thing that's going to cost you work. So how you traverse that is an absolute mystery. And considering what you are trying to work your way in, i.e. Hollywood, which is heavily leaning in this favour, much like Google, which has recently been called out, but I'll discuss that another time, you are going to be hard-pressed to ever earn the forgiveness enough to be considered worthy to get certain roles because of your past. You are limited by your own actions. No one's an exception to this, even me. Say one day I got doxxed. My channel could well stop me from getting somewhere in life. Quite frankly though, at this point, I don't care enough. I want to take the risk because I believe in what I say, and I enjoy what I do. I don't regret what I say. I just find it cringy listening to my own voice back, which I have to do on a daily basis, and it drives me insane. Anyway, cancel culture is absolute nonsense unless an actual crime has been committed and that person has been summarily punished for the crime. That is not wrongthink or doing cringy jokes 10 years ago. I don't think it should be a thing. Although it is quite amusing to watch people get incredibly triggered by people who have done something in the past that they, those accused of wrongthink, can no longer control, i.e. working on television and doing a really cringy sketch. I am somewhat surprised, by the way, considering we're mentioning blackface here, that Robert Downey Jr. for Tropic Thunder is still okay. That does surprise me, considering he stayed in character the whole movie as a stereotype, which was quite funny. Oh well, give it time, I'm sure they'll go for him too. Now, I'm done with this, so I've switched up how I do things on my game channel and on Twitch. I will no longer be dual streaming there. That is to protect what I do on Twitch so I don't get banned, but also because I believe my audience on my game channel on YouTube has been affected negatively. Therefore, yesterday I streamed only on YouTube Euro Truck, no, American Truck Simulator. Today I'm going to be streaming on Twitch only at 7 PM GMT, Vermintide 2, Winds of Magic, DLC just came out, brand new campaign with Beastman. I shall be joined, hopefully, by Skog, whose channel I'm going to link below. I believe he now has access to his main channel, but I'm going to link both his channels just in case. And a couple patrons. If you're at all interested in watching or coming to my Twitch channel, I will link that below. So I hope to see you there. If I don't, I hope you will have a fantastic Wednesday. It is my day off. I'm going to eat a Belgian bun. Oh yeah. And thank you all for listening.